we got a couple. We're gonna get through this, folks. I promise you.
You can't hear me, can you? Can you hear me now?
Now we
I'm in the stratosphere somewhere. Yeah.
There we go.
Excellent.
Now so
I see Nick's name there. What is this?
He's going to join us in a couple minutes. This is Jesse from the Randy Savages. Jesse, thanks for joining us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're here.
I'm going to have John K. talk to you for a minute because I got something for you.
Oh, wait.
Okay, yes, John. I believe that you're John, or are you John?
We're both Johns.
Two stupid Johns.
Okay, I understand now. Gotcha, huh?
All right.
That makes it a little easier. Yeah, you could just call us all savages.
What's up, Savage? All right, wait till this one comes. There you go.
Oh, we got a luchador. Who is that in the black mask? A little lightning bolt. I like it. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that's good.
So this is El Toro Negro.
El Toro Negro. He sounds like a vicious opponent. I'd love to drop an elbow on him once in a while. Yeah, get a little click with the mouse.
No, I've been known to smash people's faces too, so you got a deal.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to give you a little receipt there. Yeah.
My country, I'm big. I'm big in my country.
It's very nice to make your acquaintance, sir. Yes, I like the bulk you got. Looks like that hoodie can barely zip up. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I like to wear a small. Come out.
Oh yeah. Oh, that reminds me of my perfect friend Kurt Hennig. He taught me you tie the string around your muscles. It would make the muscles real big. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. So, tell us a little bit about the band, where you're from, how long you guys been together, and
okay. Yeah. You want to hear a little bit of the history of the Savages? Is that right? Okay. Well, a long time ago in Sarasota, Florida, I was learning the ropes with my dad and my brother. And long story short, later, as a different human being, I decided to start a punk rock wrestling accompaniment collective in Santa Cruz, California. Almost the opposite other side of the United States. Yeah, pretty close. That's right. And I have some friends that I knew would be very good to play with. Yeah, very good. Went on to the computer. You use the computers, and so I went on and I typed in that it would be great to start playing bass. Already did the rap thing. It went okay. Hogan's a coward. He didn't come out for the fight. It was all gonna go to charity. So I don't know what his deal is there, brother. Yeah, but I found Nicky Savage, and unbeknownst to me, yeah, that's right, Nicky Savage had already started. He was just about, I'm sure he'll be able to chime in here in a little bit and maybe clarify from that Savage perspective, because we're all savages. That's right. You got a little savage in you too. I can see it. I can see it deep inside. Both Johns got the Johnny Savage, yeah. Which reminds me of a drummer we had back in the day, Johnny Savage. Yeah, that's right. Johnny Savage. He is very smart. He helped us record the first 2 EPs. Did that answer your question? Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Oh, let's see. We got Nicky Savage trying to say something here. Oh, he's trying to use his nice microphone. Okay, use built-in mic. Yeah, I think that might help him a little. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll get Nicky one way or another. Who knows? Maybe I could just use the smaller computer, and then he could be on this. If worse comes to worse.
Yeah. All right. So
we'll figure it out. I mean, savages aren't really super high tech with the technology. We'd rather just, bash it once in a while, and then hopefully it works.
El Toro, neither.
Yeah, computers, not my thing.
Do you do the frog splash?
No, I do what's called the flying sit.
The flying sit, I bet that does wonders for the laptop.
Right. and you know, it does hurt my sacrum a little bit, you know.
Oh, the sick bone. Yeah. Those get a little sore. I hear you. Yeah. That coward Hogan, he's like 4 inches shorter now because he kept doing that dumb leg drop.
Oh,
He doesn't even climb the ropes. I don't get it. I don't know what's the big deal about him. Yeah, he's racist. Yeah.
he can wrestle. So tell us about the new album, All My Life.
Oh, yeah, All My Life. Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of Nikki Savage.
There he is.
Oh, I finally figured out this VHS situation.
We can hear him. Oh, now I feel bad. I brought my other screen off. We could have had 2 screens each, brother. Yeah, that would have been pretty savage.
I like it.
I like it. Anyway, we were just about to get into talking about the new record, All My Life. Yeah, I know Nikki Savage. He wrote the majority of that album. Going back to your previous question, I forgot to mention that Nikki Savage is a professional wrestler. Yeah, and when I was trying to get the Randy Savages in formation in this space and in this time zone with these human beings, I didn't know that Nikki Savage was dropping elbows in real life. Yeah.
Yeah, well, at that point, I was just trying to learn how to lock up before I could even drop my first elbow. But brother, whether there's a will, there's a way, and I have dropped many elbows in real time and in real life, and got the 1, 2, 3. Dig it.
1, 2, 3. A bunch of the songs. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 5. I don't know how many songs are on that record, but Nikki Savage, he wrote the lyrics about his real life and time experiences in dealing with getting into the ring, stepping through those ropes, climbing the turnbuckles, and dropping that elbow. Yeah. Feel free to exemplify on that, Nikki. Sometimes you're cutting out, but I know what you're saying. I'll reiterate anything that gets a little glitchy in the stratosphere. Yeah.
Sounds like a good time. The VHS and VCRs, they don't always work, but when they do, they'll get the message across. And
get the message through.
Truth is a little stranger than fiction. You can read between the lines, or you can just take it on surface value. Either way, you can make your own meaning if you will. This wasn't a direct representation of myself. Maybe I took a little bit from my own story, but yeah, I got a little inspiration from my trainer. And
would you like to name drop your trainer? Would you like to name drop your trainer?
It's from Pro Wrestling Revolution. I started there.
One more time. Say it a little slower for the people in the back.
For the people in the back. Pro Wrestling Revolution, based out of San Jose, California, owned and operated by Gabriel and Shannon Ramirez, have been a second family to me, and they're the place to go if you live anywhere in the Bay Area and want to become a pro wrestler and learn how to maybe lock up and learn a few holds, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
For a new trainer, so maybe I should go there.
Yeah, make the trip over. That's right.
Take a rowboat.
We'll send the jet.
I gotta work it out with my parole officer, and then
Oh yeah.
Maybe I could go.
The big boss man can be pretty hard, or just
the hardest part about being a luchador is when you have chapped lips and you have to put this chapstick on. It's hard.
Oh yeah, speaking about parole officers, I'd like to, it's perfect timing with the lip chapping happening over there with this luchador. Yeah, a moment of silence. New Jack, he was a rough guy, but a moment of silence for New Jack, yeah. All right, yeah, that's a good moment. I will never forget the first time I ever saw the mass transit incident. Holy monkeys. That's a little extra. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever really want to lock up with mass transit. He was a tough guy, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want any part of that madness, let me tell you. There's a lot of madness that I want, but that's not one of them, Pass.
Yeah. Solid pass there. Yeah, Miss Elizabeth doesn't need to see that sort of stuff.
No, definitely not.
A good friend of mine wrestled in ECW, Wild Bill Wilds.
Ooh,
Or Elvis. What the hell was his name?
Elvis did something else. He wasn't a wrestler. Yeah,
No. He wrestled with something, but not other men.
that's right. Yeah.
Wrestled with food.
He wrestled with a peanut butter banana sandwich.
Deep fry that thing, man. Yeah, he's got a point. Yeah.
Yes. But yes, so my friend in ECW, Wild Bill Wilds, he was there a little while, and he wrestled New Jack, and he said he was just a bit as crazy as Crazy Man. So
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds terrifying. Yeah, I do not wish that on my worst enemy. Yeah.
rest in peace, dude.
So,
Oh no, rest in peace. Oh yeah.
so let me ask you, gentlemen. So
Rest in peace for life.
why the Randy Savages? Why not the Undertakers or the Four Horsemen or the Hogans? Why Randy?
That's an excellent question. I'm gonna let Nick answer that question.
He's about as unique as it gets. Every color imaginable, you can put that on, and you can celebrate the madness. That's
All
just
the
one-
colors of the rainbow. Yeah.
Exactly, off the top of my head, the voice alone.
The promos.
Savage's voice. He's just like a Ric Flair, a Hulk Hogan, and I feel like he deserves to be at the top and paid tribute. And yeah, why not Randy Savage? So that's why I rolled with it.
It was the first wrestler that came to my mind. I was working at a bar and it was slow. It was a Sunday. There was no one there except for the entertainment. And it happened to be comedy night. So it's me and a bunch of depressed comedians. And I'm thinking, man, I want to start this, little project. Yeah. And I knew I wanted Nicky Savage in it. Absolutely, guaranteedly. But he's the one that went out on a limb, and he saw that I typed I wanted to start a group. Yeah, and he called me with his telephone, and he used his voice to speak to me in real time instead of just putting a little comment or a little, hey, that would be cool in the world where I actually do stuff. But he did it. He actually stood up and he climbed the ropes and he called me. Yeah, that's right. And I was told the comedians, oh, I got one of my favorite guitarists, the cream of the crop. And I'm thinking we could do like the Randy Savage. Let's just name the band Randy Savage or Ric Flair. And this comedian in the back, he stood up real slow. And he said, no, you don't call it Randy Savage. You call it the Randy Savages. Oh, yeah, that's right. And I knew immediately that's a triple entendre. Yeah, that's a lot of entendres. You could be Sandy. You could have Sand. You could be Ravage. You could be Randy like you're horny. You could be Savage like you haven't learned anything yet. A barbarian, yeah. Or you could just straight
take out of that name, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, what Nick said, exactly.
So
That's the origin story, yeah, where the name came from. That's my answer, yeah.
Talk a little bit about the scene in Santa Cruz.
The music scene or the wrestling scene, yeah.
Either. Let's talk.
Well, the wrestling scene is very, very weak in Santa Cruz right now. We're kind of a small pocket. You're going to have to go to San Jose and hang out with Nicky Savage. Actually, Nicky, why don't you take this answer?
All right. Well, San Jose definitely has a lot more to offer for pro wrestling, Revolution and many other, I think we got APW, but they're more based out of San Francisco, and there's a few other small companies. Santa Cruz, you'll get some coming through every now and then, but if you were to be looking for a consistent place in Santa Cruz, there is nothing there, unfortunately. Maybe that will change in the future. It wasn't always that way. I think they had Rival Forge Wrestling that lasted for a couple years, about 10 years ago, actually. But that comes to my head. They've had a few shows, like we had NXT come to Santa Cruz. That was really cool because that was like a once in a lifetime kind of feeling. You know what I mean? Like maybe
that
in
was
the 90s.
Fun, yeah.
That's the only time I can think of Santa Cruz having a wrestling event. So that blew my mind.
We represented there. Yeah, that's right.
far as the music scene, Jesse, you've been very involved for as long as I knew. I knew you for like damn near 10 years before we ever started a band, and you was always.
Oh
like,
yeah, that's right. We were
need to
playing
promote-
shows with each other for a decade at least. Yeah, at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
I remember on Valentine's Day, one of your bands had an excellent show. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Oh, I thank you. That must have been Beauty and Discord,
Oh,
2009.
yeah. That's right. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
And I think
The
it's
music scene
20
is amazing. If you rewind about a year and a half, but it's gonna come back. I'm confident. Yeah. We lost a few venues, but you never can keep the artists down. There's always more, and they're gonna make a new venue. And I know that oh yeah, the Moe's Alley has recently has new owners that are much more into punk rock than the previous owners. What's that,
I
Nick?
like the sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just because of that.
And then the Crepe Place also, new owners that love punk rock. A bassist of Good Riddance bought the Crepe Place, yeah. So we're feeling confident that once the blood starts flowing and this dead leg goes away, we're gonna be able to run the ropes again, yeah.
Have any wrestlers ever come to your shows or contacted you about possibly, being involved on the albums, some samples or something to that effect?
Oh my goodness. We have worked with some wrestlers. We did a summer tour. Was that 2017, Nikki?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We did a summer tour where we invited local wrestlers to come to every show. And I believe, let's reminisce of the most successful date of that tour. What was that, Seattle or something?
Yeah,
we got
Seattle.
Maybe 5 or 6 wrestlers to show up. And they're maybe not super famous wrestlers, but we had some guys that we'd heard of locally, and they actually were able to have a battle royal in front of us while we performed. So I think that was the pinnacle so far. I know that Jake the Snake's niece came to a show that another band, Boss's Daughter, our brothers, were playing because she knew that we're in cahoots with each other. So that was cool because we got to sell her a Randy Savage's shirt. And then she sent us a picture of her wearing it with Jake the Snake Roberts, who, of course, we have a song about. That slithering snake. I can't believe he's still alive. Holy monkeys.
Texas Tuesday. I remember that very well. I also remember San Francisco, where I think there was an arm broken. Not that I am promoting violence and or breaking of arms.
You're
But
right.
That was a battle where it didn't instigate. It just kind of happened.
Well, we
Remember that?
brought the belt. I
brought-
think I don't want to incriminate us at all, so it's
No.
foggy. We were playing pretty hard, but we did bring a belt, and a battle for the belt did ensue, and bones were broken.
Naturally.
But I remember no one was upset. They were amicably broken bones.
So you had a mosh pit in the squared circle, basically.
Basically, yes. And they even gave the belt back at the end of the night. They didn't even keep the belt that they broke their arm to win. It's amazing. Some of these punk rock wrestling enthusiasts are so kind and polite.
So
Much different than their scary demeanor, as you're exemplifying right now. Yeah.
So I know during your shows, Jesse, you and Nick sometimes come to fisticuffs, if you will. How does that play out?
I lose.
That's right. Every now and then, out of nowhere, he'll just decide it's time to lock up. We got to call a couple spots. Let me tell you.
It is very much so that, a little kayfabe here, Nikki can tell me how to play the song. I'll swing my bass around my back because I have no idea what the next spot is. So we'll lock up and he'll be like, okay, so yeah, we're gonna play that one that goes down, 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 down. And I'm like, oh yeah, that one about that coward Ric Flair. And he's like, yeah, exactly. And then maybe I'll stomp his foot and he'll give me a little ribber, and we'll go back to our respective, a little arm. Yeah, he'll break. Or Nikki's teaching me because I have no previous training in this form. It's all in my brain. Yeah, it's hard to remember sometimes because we all have a little savage. It is a little maddening, yeah. And so Nikki taught me how to do the test of strength. Apparently, you have to be strong.
So so with I'm not going to say normal, but with other bands, like the writing process and the inspiration that you get, obviously, with lack of a better term, a themed band. So all the songs are about wrestling. How do you determine? Like you have DDP, you have Nature Boy, you have Pinfall by Design, all these songs. How does that writing process come to fruition?
I have no idea. Nick, do you know?
That was a really difficult question, too.
Well, I just
got lost.
My favorite feuds or rivals against Randy Savage, and I usually will start there, or maybe the instrumentals will be done, and I'll listen to the music and be like, all right, well, what vibe does this give me? Does it give me a DDP from '97 feud vibe, or I'll just roll
Tito Santino? Who knows?
Tito Santana, you don't even know Intercontinental. Be lucky to be leaving with his life, let alone the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah. Sometimes I just get flowing and it just comes out and the madness is just unleashed. Songs, for lack of a better way, like they kind of write themselves. I'll just sit down and all of a sudden an hour or two later, I'm like, all right, well, I have a skeleton and we're ready to build this and perfect it and mold it to the way we like.
That's right. Like, how did you write that match? You just bounce ideas. You're like, oh, I don't know. Maybe we should do the Hurricane Rana there.
They usually never end where you have a starting point, and the best songs or the best matches, you get other input and you mold it and you
call it in the ring.
Call it in the ring, yeah. The creative process is never usually the easiest, but usually you get the best outcome when you have those butting heads figure out a compromise to meet in the middle. That's what I think. Yeah.
Did you guys see the biography on A&E recently?
The most recent one, I can't say. We started it last time we were rehearsing, but we didn't watch all of it. I haven't. I heard it has some. They're a little bit rough on Randy Savage, and a lot of the wrestlers that knew him in real life aren't too happy about it.
Yeah. Oh, A&E, huh? Yeah, I had my mom watch it. That's right. I haven't watched it yet, but she said it's a little sad at the end.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. You know.
I will watch it, but I don't have a normal television. It's a little difficult to watch things when we're supposed to, when they tell us to. Yeah. Sometimes we got other things we got to be doing. That's right. Yeah.
So now with COVID restrictions starting to ease up, what's anything in the works? Shows, tours, anything? Where do we go from here? Obviously, you got the new album.
I think the one show that we should promote would be the show at the Fest.
That's right.
All right, cool.
We played for Tony 4 or 5 times. Yeah, Tony has Fest Wrestling. That's right.
Okay. Awesome.
Got some Fest Wrestling promo around here somewhere. Yeah.
Right. Ever since 2016, we've been very grateful to be a part of the Fest family, and it's been just the most.
Right, yeah, Fest Wrestling. Yeah, right there.
Go live in the flesh.
Nice.
And that show's been postponed since last October.
Yeah.
We can't wait to drop elbows. We're gonna join forces with our brothers once again. It's just a good reunion out there in Florida. It's closer to home. It's in Gainesville, so you're just a hop and a skip over from Sarasota.
Yeah.
It's one vacation that we'd like to go to, even if we weren't performing, or it's a great time, and I'm just so grateful that we actually get to be a part of it. So yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I would go just to volunteer again. Yeah.
Very, very cool. What about any of the other festivals? Are any interest to go see any of the other festivals? You got Punk Rock
Yeah.
Fest. Any. You know.
What is it? What's the one in Chicago? That looked pretty good because they got Faith No More and Mr. Bungle. They got Pup. They got NoFX.
Yeah.
They got Bayside, I think. Yeah, it's a good spread. But I think I'm gonna save my energy and money. I mean, I've seen all the bands I want to see. I don't know. I want to see the new bands. And I want to play. I think I'm going to save up for, instead of going and watching other people, I'm going to save those vacation hours for playing out ourselves. Yeah, I think it's about time we'll do the fly out in the jet. We'll take Vince, Mr. McMahon, we still use his jet from time to time. So we'll take the jet out to the fest in October, but I think maybe by, start planning for actually playing out when the other bands have done it successfully. I'm gonna let them do it first and then learn from them. Yeah.
All right.
What's that, Nikki?
Just let them test the waters a little bit,
Right, and we could learn from their mistakes and maybe get a good tour manager, someone they suggest. We have a bunch of friends and bands that are more active than we are because they're not wrestlers.
What would you say is some of your influences as far as music goes? What are some of the bands that you guys, kind of develop your sound?
Nick, do you want to go? I'll do one. You do one. I'll do one. You. Okay. Do you want to go first or Rochambeau? Ready?
All right. Here we go. Rochambeau.
Oh, I go first. Okay, Reviver.
Ooh.
I say we're influenced by the music of Reviver.
A great choice.
Okay, now you go. It's your turn.
I would say Bayside. Huh?
Oh, I love that choice. Yeah, okay. All these bands are going to be better than us. All right, I'll go next. Alkaline Trio. Yeah.
It's my band.
Very true.
Nikki Savage has an Alkaline Trio tattoo, and the band didn't even break up. It's amazing. You both have Alkaline Trio. Oh, you have the same tattoo. Are you the same person?
Oh, brother.
We've got a match.
We're brothers. That's it.
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What else? NoFX, of course.
Okay.
That goes without saying, especially as a teenager. Like, man, I fell in love with those guys. That's mine. Yeah.
All right.
We got 3.
So Jesse, you said you've seen most of the bands that you want to see. You want to see some up and coming bands. What are some of the more up and coming bands that have caught your ear, so to speak?
Oh, well, yeah, it would definitely just be like homies bands, just throw them a little pitch. We've got a couple friends. I mean, let's see, I don't want to name the bands that are doing well, yeah, because they don't need the help. That's right. So, I really like Seized Up. That's a local band. It's kind of like a super group, I suppose. And can't wait to see what they do with their careers. Yeah. And then Drain. There's this fun hardcore Santa Cruz band called Drain, which they're just doing great. I can't wait to see how far they go. Yeah, that's right. Gosh. Huck's doing fine. Jeff Rosenstock's doing fine. These are all just great artists, but they're really taking off. Nikki, what are you trying to say down there?
Fulminante. I want to see them back in action.
Oh, yeah, Fulminante. That's right.
Yeah, I know the drummer and the bass player very well. I don't know the guitarist all that much, but she's very kind. And those guys just
a 3-piece from out of heaven and hell at the same time. I don't even know where they whirling around.
Fun and unique. So I wish them nothing but success.
Absolutely, yeah. So we just want the bands that haven't already been successful to get a little bit of attention if they're good enough. We don't want to force the world to go to a concert, a festival full of local bands.
All right. Now, which Randy Savage was better, WWF or WCW?
Ooh.
Oh, we're getting to the nitty gritty, huh? What about TNA?
What about
He did that one match with the 6-man tag with Jeff Jarrett.
The one punch finish? Come on. No one talks about that. That was amazing.
You know what? I'm gonna
Wearing
roll-
all black doesn't give a.
Oh, yeah. Remember, we're on like satellite radio, so if you got to drop an F-bomb, go right ahead. By the way.
Oh yeah, we'll try and restrain, but everyone heard it.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. We say it all the time.
Okie dokie, yeah.
Exactly. Say it is.
I don't know, Nikki. You want to handle this one?
Yeah, sure. I just it's so hard to pick. That's like saying which hand do you like better, or which foot do you like better on your body, your left foot or your right foot?
When you masturbate,
There were different stages of his career.
you don't masturbate with your feet?
No.
What's wrong with you?
No, I mean that's not even like a cop-out answer, because in the 80s he was younger. He was in his prime. He had the world title, the colorful WWF, the big boom, the yaks. The mega powers colliding is probably one of my most favorite WrestleManias, WrestleMania 5. Obviously WCW was his later part of his career, but it was still the NWO and him being the rival against the NWO and the feud he had with Ric Flair. He still had a couple world title runs. Unfortunately, Hogan immediately took him. But I want to say they're both so great that I'll so happily go back and revisit any of those. So it's unfair in my brain to pick one, because I appreciate all that. But if I had a gun to my head, WWF.
That's the correct answer. Yeah, WWF is the right answer. Yeah.
And I think at that point, he was at his peak.
All the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. That was where he just really blew up. By the time he got to WCW, I think that in the persona changed, the outfits changed, the colors changed. But I enjoyed his entrance into WCW when he first came, and it was like, they did the whole, walking in for the limousine, you didn't know who it was. When it was Randy Savage, I was even like, oh, holy shit, it's Savage. Get that.
As I live and breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good reveal. Yeah.
94 commentary. So we went as a kid, you thought he might be done.
Yeah.
So when he comes back in WCW and he's full time, he's on at the top.
Yeah.
And
they
still have
they
4 or
actually
5
talked about that in the A&E biography, where Vince basically told him, listen, we're not gonna have you really wrestle that much anymore, he felt he still had more in the tank, and that's why he went to WCW.
He definitely did. Yeah, he proved that.
That's why he went to WCW. But what was amazing was when he went to WCW, what a lot of people didn't realize, he took it with him. He still had the Slim Jim contract. So he
paid for it.
He brought that Slim Jim contract with him. So that was very, and I didn't think about that. Kind of forgot about that. So he was, he's still, I think it was like $1 million contract that he had with Slim Jim.
Yeah. Mainstream eyeballs and success, especially little kids. Like I remember everyone, you didn't even need to watch wrestling. Oh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone knew that.
Yeah.
It was better than Mankind's Chef Boyardee.
Yeah.
And that was pretty good too.
I think I went and got Sergeant Slaughter's autograph one day at a supermarket. He was selling G.I. Joe face paint.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I don't care about the face paint, but I got to buy it because I want the autograph,
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So it was,
Talking about fall from grace.
Oh, yeah. Slaughter. Wow.
So are there any more wrestling-themed punk rock bands where maybe you guys can have a rivalry against? Is there a Hogan's or a...
Is there someone we got to get a battle royal going with or what?
There's the Razor Ramones.
Oh, yes.
They're pretty good. They're funny, and there's a United Kingdom Randy Savages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
So do
We
we?
would love-
You got to get a plane and go abroad and take care of business, or what?
Hey, much easier said than done, but I would love to make that happen if we have, if we have the ability to do so.
Yeah, Savages played Germany once, but Nikki didn't get to be there, so it doesn't count. We didn't take any pictures or film anything because it's not fair.
I think I should do a collaboration with some of these bands. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that'd
yeah. We've talked about it and we've reminisced, and it's difficult sometimes for reasons.
All right. Yeah.
Reason.
But it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right. What else you got, Johnny?
That's about it.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's about it. Oh, John and John.
Yeah, we're both very stupid.
Did you guys just get married? What's with the flowers?
It's my daughter's graduation. She graduated.
Oh, happy graduation. That's an even happier occasion. Yeah.
You realize
Graduating from high school, college, elementary school,
College.
swim class, college. Oh, that's an important one. Good job, Dad. Yeah.
Girl Scouts.
boot camp from the Salvation Army?
Boot camp. There you go.
Wrestling school. Yeah.
Wrestling school. There you go. Everyone should learn how to wrestle.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
Thank you for having us on. I want to ask Nikki Savage if he has any announcements or
yeah,
anything that he wants to say. I don't know.
Any announcements? Well, as you know, as far as getting back in the ring, I believe June 25th. As long as it works out, that should be the first time I'm in front of a crowd in over a year, and I'm very much excited. And it's been a long time coming.
When
Coming
did
off
you
the cap-
say? I'm gonna write that down. June 25th.
Yeah, June 25th in San Jose. I'm coming off of an injury as well, and I'm finally healed up. And this Tuesday, I should be ready to get back into the ring and start training again. I've spent the last month trying to recover, and it's been hell. But you just got to keep at it, keep a positive attitude, and overcome. And that is what I've done. And I'm ready
I believe
to go.
in you, brother.
Nick, what's your character name when you wrestle?
Well, one of them I can't give out because I'm under the mask. That's about as much of a hint I can give away.
You said too much already. Shut up.
I know what you're talking about.
Nikki Savage.
Let's just go with Nikki Savage. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with.
That's all.
When he wrestles in Fest Wrestling, it's Nikki Savage. Otherwise, the mystique is real, man. He won't even pose with a fake belt. Nikki Savage, yeah.
Nikki Savage, what's your finishing move?
Oh, I have multiple.
Duh.
But anything other than the elbow drop, I'd be lying to you because once I hit that drop from the top,
You're
it's
done.
lights out. You don't need
He is
any of-
majestic, too. If you see him dropping that elbow flying through the air.
Other than the elbow drop, who had the best finisher?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm going to have to think about that for a second.
Razor Ramon.
Really?
Oh, really?
You like,
Okay.
I'm not a huge Flexi fan, but that torture rack always looked like, I don't know. I think I just must have watched Kurt Hennig versus Lex Luger too many times because that rack sold real good. Torture rack always looked devastating to me. I don't know.
To me, he just looked like, with that, it was just like a chiropractor gone crazy,
Yeah, it definitely is up to who's selling that move because if you don't sell it, it's like, cool.
All right.
All right.
I can see a lot farther now.
Show of hands, who has had the figure 4 leg lock put on them?
Oh, definitely.
Right?
No, I'm good.
As a kid, we've all
Yeah.
had it. We've all had it,
Woo!
So, Nikki, next time you guys play, you got to slap that on Jesse so that he can raise his hand as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You
think he'd appreciate.
got to get him in the fold here,
Nick doesn't realize how fragile I am. He'll show me something. He's like, see this, it doesn't hurt. See, And I'm like, oh.
It hurts a lot.
Done right, no can defend.
This is how it usually goes. Hey, you see this hold? How I'm loose, and it's just a work, brother. And he's like, no, it hurts a lot. Ow, let go.
Yeah, I had two older brothers, so that was my whole childhood. Yeah.
Okay. I'm an only child, so Nick just beats up on me. I'm all fleshy and painful.
All right. Other than Savage, who is the greatest wrestler? Give me your top 5 singles wrestlers.
Jeff Hardy.
No, get the hell out of the Hardy Boys, bro. Enough with the Hardy Boys. I got to deal with this.
Hey, Mike.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Ooh, DDT was
Undertaker.
okay.
Mick Foley in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to slow down because I'll just go ahead, get some in there, Nick.
It'll be even more fun. I'll pick people that you do not choose. So you got 3 done.
So I got Jake, Taker, Foley, and then not Savage. So I'll just do Hall and Nash.
Ooh.
I like it.
Obviously, Savage would be on the list. So let's
Number 1.
Yeah, because that's not going to count. So here we go. I got took Hall and Nash from me, so I'm going to go with Sean Waltman, 6-Pac, 1, 2, 3 Kid, undervalued and paved the way for weight type wrestling, and I just love everything he pretty much did. Ric Flair, of course, it goes without saying, he's pretty much the most colorful personality there is. He walked the walk and talked the talk. Bret the Hitman Hart is he might not be the most colorful personality, but when it comes to the ring work, it's hard to be better than Bret Hart. How about Rey Mysterio Jr., Trailblazer? That is that 3 or 4?
I think you have one more. Yeah.
I think I want one.
All right. Well, I was a Hulkamaniac as a kid, so let's not pretend like that wasn't a thing.
I thought you were gonna go with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, but okay, Hulk. Okay.
He was good.
Never a favorite.
Ricky was damn good. That's a classic.
I got a question for the Johns. Yeah, question for the Johns. Which Macho Man Randy Savage match sticks out in your mind as the best match that Macho Man ever had, and more importantly, who was it against? Who did Macho work best with?
Well, I think probably his greatest match is the Ricky Steamboat match.
There are 2 answers. And they're both Ricks.
Yeah. And then
I thought the Jake the Snake one, when the snake was on.
Oh,
when the arm.
not bad.
That was a great, and that
was a good match. What I liked about the Steamboat match, what was that, WrestleMania 3?
3. Yep.
It was, from a technical wrestling standpoint, those two that was a wrestling match.
Absolutely.
It wasn't a brawl. It was a wrestling match. Both of them put their best moves or skills were on point in that match. Personally, that to me, I think that. And then the other match is him against a much smaller opponent in Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man. That's the second best match.
Bone saws ready.
There you go. All right. That's the next one.
Good answers.
That's awesome.
And John.
You got your second one?
Shit. I always liked, we were talking earlier before you guys came on, and I always liked just how him and Hogan would go at each other, how they were enemies.
It was so real.
And they played off each other. And when we watched the documentary, how they were friends outside the ring, and then when Elizabeth came in and they were pitted enemies because he was so jealous. So I think he worked very well with Hogan as well.
Oh, absolutely. Good answers.
Yeah. Even though he lost to Tobey Maguire, it's all right. It's all right.
We'll not think about that Oh no.
It happens. He lost to Steamboat. It happens, but it's all right.
That's how you back up and get back on the horse.
All right. Let's see what else. Okay. So we talked about our favorite. How about our favorite tag teams? Okay.
Ooh.
So he's a Hardy Boys lover. For me, it was the Road Warriors, hands down, the best tag team ever. Nobody even came on the scene the way the Road Warriors did. They were the biggest, the meanest. They were the first real with the painted face. They were just mean, nasty. Love those guys. All right. So what do you guys think?
I think the Brains were really underrated, and they were awesome.
The Brains? Who was it?
Oh, the Brain Busters? Oh, yeah. Dude, Arn and Tully together were just...
They're just so damn... Like, their teamwork and how they cut the baby faces and how they'll keep tactics in the most creative ways. It's just so cool to go back and look at it from the eyes of, like, trying to put, being in pro wrestling and trying to see how a match is put together. And they're just awesome for Demolition.
And Arn has in interviews in his podcast, he's he rightfully admitted, listen, probably the best second DDT is probably Arn's, and he gives all the props in the world to Jake for inventing such an incredible move. But I think his is probably the second best. And then his spine buster is just incredible. He could sell that. Oh man, he could watch that, it's like art, So, what about you, Jesse? What do you got for a tag team?
Fake Razor and fake Diesel.
Yeah. Okay.
It's LOD. You already got me.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah. I was gonna say the Dicks, but
All right.
Hey, the Rockers were great. Marty Jannetty gets shit on all the time.
So did Shawn Michaels super kick Marty Jannetty through a plate glass window?
He threw himself through the glass because he was a coward.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mandela effect got me on that one. I swear I remember him super kicking him through the glass.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, best babyface turn heel. Who had the best back?
Oh, dude, Stone Cold and Bret Hart with the double turn.
Okay, all right,
good answer.
That's a good.
That's insanity. Like that just changed wrestling so much when Stone Cold passed out bleeding, and he wouldn't quit. And then Bret Hart threw a fit on his way back to the. It's like, what just happened? Like now we're cheering for Stone Cold. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to hear what Nick has to say.
Yeah, Nick. What do you think? Best baby.
I went with the NWO being formed to Bash the Beach in '96 with Hogan.
When Hogan.
It's the easier, but like man, it made the most impact. Like that was huge.
Okay, yeah, you probably won.
I was 8 or 9 years old, so I was just barely old enough to think that a heel was cool. So I would get like butterflies on my stomach. I get so excited for the NWO to come out. Like I was just a little kid, but like I thought it was so cool.
For me, I'm a little bit older. For me, it was, and this is going back a little ways, when Ronnie Garvin came out and he freaking hands a stone. I forget who it was, but when he turned heel, it was the Tower of Death match, the three,
oh jeez,
cages on top of each other, and he was one of the first to get out, and he left. And no way, how come he's not still at ringside? And then he came out, and I forgot who he decked, but he freaking hands a stone someone, and then all of a sudden, Ronnie Garvin was bad. I was like, no, not Ronnie Garvin. Yeah, to me, that was the one that really upset me the most. So, yeah.
Was that against Flair?
That was, oh my God. I'd have to look that up. That was,
6 or something like that.
I think it was a 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 match. I forget who he was teamed up with, but yeah.
It's either
Yeah, I gotta look that up in the wrestling history, see who all was in that match. But
is that Dilly behind you, Nick?
That's Lily.
Oh, hi, Lily.
we got dueling cats. Cats.
Either that or the 37th time the Big Show turned.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy flips a little bit, huh?
I'll do a reverse one. The worst bad to good got to be Undertaker going to American Badass, back to Undertaker. Like, I just hated that character. It's terrible.
Yeah, I have some friends.
Having Limp Bizkit as your theme music when you were the Undertaker is such a disappointment.
Yeah.
That was terrible. And even his final match when he was kind of badass character against AJ Styles, I thought I didn't like that at all. I mean, you're going out, be the Undertaker, goddammit.
And if you're going to do a cinematic match, do it against Sting.
Yes. Yeah.
One of my favorite wrestlers, Sting. Yep.
But,
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate AJ and all that he's done, but I was a little bummed that he was the opponent for the Undertaker, because it seemed like maybe I wasn't invested, because it's hard for me to watch the current stuff outside of pay-per-views. But the story was just a little underwhelming. It's like, okay, this is his Taker go out, but it's against AJ Styles. Why?
Yeah.
Because AJ wasn't going to hurt him.
I already forget though what the reason for them even having a match was, because it I don't know, because it didn't make it.
I think they crashed motorcycles or something.
Well, during the documentary, he said that they're really good friends outside the ring, and he figured if I'm going to go out on top, I'm the greatest or whatever. Here's the newest greatest. He was like the passing of the torch. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have any issue. I just didn't know that.
Yeah. All right. I mean, underwhelming, but whatever.
Underwhelming for like a story, and you want those things to be larger than life. Now that's a backstage real life thing.
Like Flair going against Shawn Michaels in that last match.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, because I grew up those guys, and like I know their history because it's been years and years, and they've had matches together at the beginning of Shawn's singles run, like the Royal Rumble '92. I remember those guys both performing amazingly well.
Yeah.
Now that was around the time Shawn Michaels was just starting to break out from being a tag team wrestler.
Yeah. So, well, guys, listen, man, I really, really enjoyed having you guys come on the show with us. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having
me. Stay in touch. Let us know if you have any news. Let us know so we can let our audience know what you guys are up to.
Thank you. Oh yeah, Johns.
Just, feel free to come back anytime. We love having you on, and we'll look for you at Fest.
Awesome. Yeah, make sure to check out Voted Best Records, votedbestrecords.com. Yeah, all of our albums are available there, and some of our really good friends have music there also. Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. And remember, for our audience, go listen to all the new album, All My Life, right? Very cool. Got a lot of good songs on that. A lot of good wrestling punk songs, man. But
hundreds of good punk wrestling songs on that album. That's right. Yeah. Millions of songs.
Get into the pit, drop an elbow, and have some fun out there.
Have a Sunday. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Awesome, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, have a great day. Congratulations on the graduating daughter, John. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Dig it. Awesome. Okay, Nick, how do we hang up this thing?